Okay, it's time for Touhou's. We need our Touhou dose for today. Let's go with Echoes of Another. There we go. I've done the Rimpy thing. Just do the Rimpy thing. There always. We got Crow and a Feather. Magical Studio. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's give OBS a heart attack. The music a little bit. Go ahead. Let's begin. Okay. Alright. We're in a nice hand draw little office space. That's very cute. Nice. And I put myself in the corner as always. Silence is something that I've always considered company. Oh no, it's already started. I'm bumping into things. I should be. Oh yeah. Considered company. I've never minded the feeling of doing things on my own, of being alone. It's peaceful in my book. Yeah, I like that too. But that doesn't mean that I can't consider sitting behind the desk of a shop without any customers for hours to be boring as hell. Yeah, that too. The shop in question is a little antique store named Corridor, right by a forest that most people are explicitly told to never go to. So really, the shop makes a fantastic nearby attraction. Truly, it's not like it was cursed from the beginning to attract next to no attention. My name is Tokiko Nanashi. I've worked here for a few months at this point, trying to gather up some money to tend to my small, very worn out house in the forest. Hello, Tokiko. It helps that being in the owner's good graces gives me an employee discount. Really, that's actually the most important part, but that's neither here nor there. Nonetheless, it's a little hard to do my job when there's absolutely nothing and no one to attend to. I can only clean the nearly non-existent dust off the nearby items so much until things start getting to me. Sure, it's a great time to relax and read a book, but the novel I picked today is quite frankly kinda crap. The premise of a giant wizard school was pretty cool too. Really, I just wish there was anything going on, right? Hello. I recognize this voice immediately. And it takes every fiber of my being to suppress the oncoming sigh. It's worse. Come in. The door aside from me opens and a witch I know all too well comes in. Secures. Okay, we're off to a great start. It's perfect already then. An extraordinary magician, but someone who I had an absolutely horrible first meeting with. Our relationship has mended a bit over the years, but I'd hardly consider her a friend. I only meet her in this shop anyways. Hey Tojika, how you doing today? It's Tokiko Mursa. It's Tokiko. Oh, sorry, it's been a hot minute, I suppose. It's fine. What can I do for you today? Well, Tokiko, you're a big fan of mystery novels, right? I'd call myself quite a fan of them, yes. Wanna help me solve real mystery happening in the forest? She unfortunately knows me well. Crap. What kind of mystery are we talking about here? A ghost, from what we can tell. Come on, it's better if you take a look. If I take it to Alice's, she's kept better track of what's going on than me. Another perfect play. I trust Alice a lot. Oh yeah, okay. Another perfect play. I trust Alice a lot more than I do Marissa, seeing as I actually consider myself friends with the puppeteer. She comes by corridor often and always shows me something cool she's working on while we talk about our favorite novels. Maybe going along with this wouldn't hurt. So is this like haunting her house? Exactly. She's beginning to find it quite annoying and, well, I figured you might be interested in helping investigate. I'm in. Geez, someone's excited. I figured you already know the way there, but we may as well go together, yeah? Sure, why not? I better not regret this. Awesome, let's get out of here then. God, how long was I sitting in that stupid chair for? Who knows? Chapter 1 Dramaturgy. Ooh, cool. Okay. Tokiko. I wasn't expecting to see you here today. This is Alice Margatroyd. We met each other a couple of years ago and became friends fast. Coincidentally, this was also around the time she and Marissa first got together. I'm not very interested in romance, quite frankly. I never have been. But I like hearing people out, and the stories she tells about her experiences with the witch are... Well, let's just say that banter aside, she isn't subtle about how she holds Marissa in high regard. I'm happy for her, even if I personally don't really get romantic relationships. I'm guessing Marissa fetched you and brought you over? Yep, figured we could use another pair of eyes. And we have one of the most bird-eyed in our midst, yes. I'm not that good at finding things, am I? You can actually find specific objects in Marissa's house, and that's more than anyone else can do. I'm right here. And? Okay, fine, I get it, jeez.
It's fine, Marissa. As long as you let me help clean your house later, if you won't do it yourself. Anyway, Tokiko, I should let you get a word in here. Sorry.
It's fine. But Marissa told me you could catch me up to speed on the whole ghost matter. What information do you have thus far?
Yes, okay. So let's start from the beginning of the timeline. A few nights ago, while Marissa and I were having dinner, I couldn't help but see what looked like a flame floating outside of one of my windows. When I hastily got up and tried to check at it, it had disappeared without a trace. Nothing more happens for a couple of days, and then one night, when Marissa and I are sleeping, we hear a strange moan come from somewhere.
And to be clear, it wasn't from Alice.
Marissa?
Sorry, I had to. Oh, it's understandable, you had to. It was right, the joke was right there.
Can you at least not do it with a guest here? Anyway, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted.
This is too much fun. Yeah, it is.
So we hear the strange moan, try to find the source of it, and again, absolutely nothing come outside or nor inside. At this point, I was willing to entertain it as some weird fairy playing tricks on us. And then I started noticing changes inside the house. My dolls would be in different spots when I have them perfectly organized by name. When my paintings would be crooked, which this kind of thing always drives me up the wall whenever I see it, and entire sections of my bookshelves would be completely reorganized. Oh, and then one day half the bread from my pantry was just gone, and I later found a bunch of birds eating said bread in my backyard.
Even strange apparitions can enjoy feeding the birds.
I suppose so.
I like this thing. Also, do you want me to mention the part where we were pretty sure it was a ghost from the moment it drew a mustache on your model of Goliath?
Oh my god, I almost forgot about that. I really wanted to forget about that. I hate this stupid thing. But yes, as Marissa mentions, we're absolutely sure it has to be a ghost at this point. There's simply no other reasonable explanation.
So, do you want me to play stakeout for it, or something?
Ideally, yes, if you don't mind. I wouldn't want to burden you too much.
Truth be told, I already used to stay up late. A little too many moons spent reading for hours straight. Maybe ironic that in regards to birds, I'm more of a night owl than my own species. I wouldn't mind, honestly. Anything else?
Well, there's one other weird thing I could use your help with. Just an hour ago, I was checking the guest room to see if there was anything else odd going on, and I noticed a strange locked box sitting on a table. I think it's from my closet. It felt weighty, which means there's something in there, but I didn't remember ever putting anything in there.
Wait, huh? Do you think the ghost got access to it and set a trap?
Maybe. I don't know, and well, I'm too curious and feel like we're gonna have to find out that hard way. But the issue is, I lost the key, and that really annoys me. But maybe you can help track it down?
Yeah, sure, I can give that a try. Want me to start in the living room while I'm here?
Good with me. Feel free to ask questions to pass the time, too. I think we're all a bit annoyed or bored right now.
Don't need to say that twice. Alright, let's... Oh, we're doing gameplay. Let's investigate the frog. It's obviously the first thing we see.
Huh. Is this a new doll you're working on? Oh, I've had that one for a while now, actually. I sort of just left it there for a recent trip to the village. The kids in the village really like this one, so I've been thinking of trying to make more little animal dolls. I keep saying I'm not the type to host a puppet show, but...
You know you wanna.
Yes I do. Another time though. I still have to come up with a good story for one.
I can help you with that.
As long as you promise to not add explosions to the script. There would be children, Marissa.
I know, I would just have to act out the explosions myself, yeah? With my hands and funny mouth noises and stuff. Would that work?
Maybe it would.
Would you make a funny little bird doll?
Good idea, actually. I'll add that to my notes.
I'm so good at this. Check the newspaper. An issue of the Kakashi Spirit News. I've been meaning to read more of it, but I'm really bad at keeping up with the newspapers for some reason. This issue is titled The Pets of an Underground Palace. It seems pretty long and in-depth actually. Must have been a good interview. I should ask Alice if I can borrow this later. Alright, but let's see. That's the newspaper, anything on the thing. Oh, we got extra locations, but first explore the clock. It's exactly 2 o'clock. No, it's not. Looks like it's 6:56 p.m. No, it's not. That's not what the clock says at all. It's exactly 2 o'clock. Okay, sure, we'll trust you. Let's framed. Ah, it's picture.
It's a picture of Marissa and Alice together. Not the first I've seen it, but I've never been in the same room with both of them, so maybe I could ask something I'm curious about. Hey, you two, how did you ever actually meet anyway? Oh god, that was a long time ago actually. If I remember correctly, both me and Marissa moved into the Forest of Magic at the same time, and just also happened to be the closest things to neighbor either of us could have. So we started talking and, well...
I think I called your dolls cute the first time I met you, and your face broke into an inferno.
Not what I was talking about to mention, but yes, that did happen, in fact. It was kind of how I could tell you were someone I could trust beneath all the wacky remarks.
I remember really needing another friend at the time, like really badly. This would have been right before I met Raymond, and well, I think it's fairly obvious I don't exactly come from a great upbringing. So those hours I could spend chatting with Alice about all sorts of dirty magic stuff, they mattered a lot to me at that time. Still do, of course, but you know what I mean.
I didn't even have a friend at the time. Marissa was the first real one I made. Alice, did I ever mention that you were definitely one of the first friends I ever made? I could sort of infer from your really bad social anxiety at the time. I'm still glad I could help you get over that, by the way.
Yeah, that checks. Oopsie.
I'm glad you helped me too. Now I spend only slightly less time poring over books every day. Old habits die hard. But yes, I think that summarizes everything. Both me and Marissa really needed company, and eventually what was just an unlikely friendship of ours turned into something a lot more. And well, my life definitely feels a lot less lonely now.
Glad to be here for you, Allie. I always will.
Aw, that's cute.
Alright, bookshelf. Or just general purpose shelf.
I'm pretty familiar with this bookshelf at this point. Alice lets me borrow some of her books whenever I visit, and she has a lot of fun old literature to read. She wasn't kidding about how disorganized this feels now. Just what did this ghost... Is that key wedged between these two books? Oh my god, that's genius. Hey Alice and Marissa, I think I found it. Oh, that's the key, alright. It looks right and everything. Where'd you find it? Wedged between your copies of Narnia. Decent hiding place, I must say. This ghost is clever.
That, or just really likes children's literature. Glad you managed to find it, though. Knew we could count on you.
I'm admittedly kind of nervous about actually opening the box. But we don't really have another choice, do we? Come along when you're ready, Tokiko.
Alright, well, we gotta explore... the flower.
Oh wait, this plant is new. When did you get this one, Alice?
I got this for Ali recently, actually. It's crap, wait, what's the name? Give me a moment, it's on top of my tongue.
White egret orchid.
Yes, that! What she said. It's a white egret orchid, and I thought it looked really pretty, so I gave it as a little thing for our anniversary.
I keep meaning to find a flower meaning book. Curious to know what it would say about this one.
I hope it says something about love. Please tell me it's not something bad.
I'm sure it'll be fine, Marissa. Oh, this topic...
Actually, you know what? Actually... White egret orchid. Let's give OBS a heart attack and look up what that is. White egret orchid. Alright. White egret orchid flower meaning... meaning and symbolism. Oh, it looks like a bird. That's... Ooh, that looks like a bird. I don't have the technical know how to stop it. Ads. White egret orchid has deep meaning in the Asian culture, representing joy, attachment, luck, purity, and refinement. Okay, further shape of color like it gives a rich mythological. Okay, it's positive stuff. Good. It's a bunch of positive things. All right. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, it does. It does. It's attached with a joy and stuff like that. Good. Good one.
Oh, this topic reminds me. Tokiko, would you happen to know anything about gardening? I've been thinking about getting into it recently.
Oh yeah, I do know a little about it, actually. I'll grow a few foods just to help keep a steady supply of stuff to eat. I could help you out with getting stuff started later, if you want.
Oh, that would be lovely, thank you.
Oh, can you teach me how to start gardening too?
No.
Man. just shutting her down. Aw. Alright, that's everything in this place. Let's move on to the other side. The box. Let's explore this water jug. It's just a jug of water. It's good. Always have your jug of water. I remember one time I visited Alice, but it got really dark and stormy not too long after I arrived. I said that I could brave the storm,
but Alice insisted I stay the night and use the guest bedroom. Bedroom, even. I argued a little bit still, but it was clear that she just wanted me to be safe, so I relented and stayed over till morning. I guess I just really wasn't used to people wanting to help me. But I'm trying to get better at taking helping hands now. I've kinda had to these past few months. Oh, and this bed was really comfortable too. 10 out of 10 in my book. Okay. I was just clicking on the bed itself. The whole bed. Alright, well, let's open the box. It's locked. Maybe that key you got earlier will be handy. It's in your inventory to the... Oh, okay. Actually, inventory management key. Using key. Oh, this feels really old school. That's nice, I like that though. The lockbox opens. Oh, it's closed the inventory at least. Using key. Let's do it this way. A diary, and has a name on it. Rue Hawthorne. Does this name ring a bell to either of you? No. Nope. Well, surely reading this diary wouldn't hurt then, right? From 1998, XXX date. I'm done. Tonight's the night I run. I'm tired of my parents treating me like a puppet. I'm tired of them treating me like my identity is theirs to decide. I'm tired of feeling miserable in my own skin, all because of their words, their stupid, ceaseless jokes of convictions. What should their supposed God matter to me in my body? Why should I give a damn about what a Bible verse wants me to think? It's trash, all of it is trash. And tonight it won't matter for me anymore, because I'll be gone, and they won't have anything to worry about their annoying son anymore. Tonight I become my own person. Later. As it turns out, living on the streets isn't very fun. Who would have thought? I don't know why I expected the park bench to be more comfortable, but oh well. I need to find a place to stay soon. I'll probably just take the hotel for a couple of days, but I wanted to save the money for tonight as a test. I'm cold and alone, but I feel free. I went for one of the cheapest meals at the local pub today, and I met a guy who isn't too different from me. Hated his old life, wanted a new one. He took me out for a private talk after seeing how worn down my clothes were, and said that he and his friends were all saving up for a place to stay by the countryside, and they were already moving into it as we spoke. He told me I could join them as long as I was willing to sleep in a bag for the first few weeks, and I happily accepted. It's admittedly kind of scary trusting strangers, but I really need the proper place to live. This works for now anyway. Maybe it'll even be fun having some place to talk to for once. Some people to talk to for once. Today was my first day with the new house and its fellows. They're a very interesting bunch, all people rejected from different walks of life from what I can tell, but I guess that means I just fit in. I don't feel scared talking to them, and I'm not used to feeling actually comfortable for once. And I could have a warm pillow without a huge catch to it. I could get used to this life. About 2 years later, 2000. Well, it's been 2 years. Yeesh. I lost my diary in the chaos of moving in. Still could never tell if it was stolen. We're going for a camping trip today. Very far and for a long time. I've never gone camping before, so it sounds interesting. I've had enough fun with my pack of friends the past 2 years, but it feels like my life hasn't really changed that much either. I still can't find a hobby to be passionate about. I can still barely make friends, and even amongst the pack, there's some people I don't really get along with. I'm still depressed, I think. Not like there's a doctor nearby to get a formal analysis. I just feel like I'm existing, I guess. It's not the worst. I'll still take this over my old life, and maybe the camping trip will be the exact thing I need. Everything today feels like it was a dream. Or it wasn't. When we got to our camping destination, someone in our pack managed to fall into a hole by a peach tree. It seemed pretty deep, and we wanted to help. I went to the hole last, and then I don't really remember what happened after that. It was like I was barely conscious the entire time. But when I woke up, we were in a completely different forest. And, well, maybe it's a far-fetched, but we all think we're in an entirely different world. I've never seen anything like a fairy or whatever we saw in my life before, that's for sure. Is this it? Is this real? Is this paradise finally? Oh shit, they're gonna die to a bunch of yokai. It's the first, 2000. Yeah, of course. Scribbled like chaotic writing. His head was cut off. Fucking cleanly. This can't be real. This can't be real. So why am I not waking up? Why is this real? Is this a joke and nobody's telling me? It's not funny. I don't understand how it could possibly ever cause a laugh. So why? Just why?
Why is this all too real? I never thought there would be a killer in our midst. A Piro, they're saying they must be. None of this makes any sense. Absolutely none. I just can't wrap my head around it. I just can't take this anymore. I thought I could finally find peace, friendship, anything. But it's all a fucking lie. It always has been. All a stupid game. I think it's time for me to run again. I don't have another choice. Tonight, I'm ending things. For good. My friends are dying. I'm too terrified to breathe. All the people I care about are gone. I have no family to call home to. I have nobody who I could trust to say goodbye to. Nobody will miss me. Nobody will care. I was a burden, a fucking useless idea of a human from the start. Tonight, I'm ending things, and I'll finally find the peace I always dreamed of after this. All that I ask, for anyone who might come across this diary, please, don't forget me. Well, that escalated quickly. Holy crap, yeah, that fucking escalated quickly. This is not the fun, wholesome story I was led to feel like it was gonna be, and now we got that. Well, guys, this isn't just a diary. It's a suicide note. Oh my. Please tell me you're kidding. I'm not. Trust me. I feel so lightheaded. I'm sorry, but I really need to lay it down right now. I'll talk about the diary later. I just need some time to even process what I just read properly. Why is my heart beating so fast? Whatever you need, Tokiko. We can wait to discuss this matter further. Just get some rest, okay? Yeah, thank you. I'll go get some rest. All of that was from the spirit, wasn't it? Who else would it be? Why else would they orchestrate this? What the diary said, they didn't deserve any of it, did they? What kind of monster finds such pleasure in killing innocents for a laugh? It hurts to read so much. God, I'm so tired. Chapter 2, Desio. In front of you is a long, spiraling, desolate forest. The trees carry no life. There are no sounds around you. The mere ideas of crickets and chirps foreign to this land. You don't know your surroundings, but you're gonna have to get used to them. Okay. Oh, there's a patch. It's a tree. Lifeless, silent. Lifeless, silent. Lifeless, silent. It's suddenly a horror game or something. I like that. I like when it's suddenly doing things. Ooh, creepy owl. Welcome, dreamer. It's been a long time coming. You may call me Sage. I am but a humble, honest creature, and I will be your guide to the wonders of the void. Behind me is a mansion interconnected with a tale undeservedly long forgotten. One filled to the brim with the grand burden that is grief. It's the heart of death, as I like to call it. Perhaps you should look around you as well, however. Every great mystery should be looked at from several sides. Perhaps you'll come to understand it in due course. Remember to trust in your intuition, or simply try everything you can possibly even think of. Now, dreamer, come back to me when you've met all of my friends within the void. Then and only then will I trust you to do the right thing. Best of luck. Okay. Okay. So you look through the windows, it's pitch black inside. The music as well, it's being ominous a bit. Like, hello, you.
Hello, dreamer. The name's Lotus. Wondering what I'm doing here? Well, every day I check to see if my name ever becomes inscribed on any of the gravestones. It never does. Life's all about being forgotten, it turns out. I don't know why I bother being hopeful about it if the situation is ever going to change. You know, I heard you could find treasure around this place. Always wanted to know if the rumors were true. Can't find out myself though. Perhaps you'll have better luck. Just be careful to not stumble into something you wish you didn't though, okay? Some experiments can be absolutely fatal. Trust me, I had a friend who learned the hard way. Their scream will never stop resounding in my heart. Please, make it stop.
Well, that's... You read the etchings on the grave. It reads not a name, but simply one word. Under. Do all of them so? Here lies the youngest one. May your thoughts and prayers be with them. Ah, jeez. Here lies the most beautiful one. There will be no thanks given to a ceaseless murderer. Here lies the most curious one. May your thoughts and prayers be with them. You read the etchings on the obelisk. Its words are fading, but you can still make out the message. Our deeds have traveled far. What we have been is what we are. Here lies the most wary one. May your thoughts and prayers be with them. Here lies Kario. May your thoughts and prayers be with them. Wait.
Did you spoof? Wait, did they?
I think that's what happened. Took the username from the computer or something.
Wait, is that? No, I think that.
Hey, we examined the tree. A carrot seems to be stuck in the trees. Oh. Huh. Okay. The clock tower stands still. Not a hand has changed once. Fair enough. There's nothing inside to look at. Alright. Look at some reeds.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh my. Sorry for my outburst there. It's just, well, I'm not exactly used to people coming in while I'm singing.
I can't sing for shit, so that's not happening.
I like singing old hymns from my old youth to pass the time. After all, I'm running out of other ways to do so. Being bound here is truly miserable. I'm Fern. I used to come to Sunday services every week, you see, seeking salvation for my greatest sins, looking for a Lord whose words I couldn't heed. I remember when I was shipped off to the army at the first chance, and the resounding war. I still see blood in my vision. I still see it all over my body. I wanted to repent my most wicked of deeds, but I ended up here instead. I guess death is a fitting punishment for someone like myself. A killer meeting a hilarious dose of irony. Even to this day, I wonder, is this God's doing? Or was I following a faraway dream in the first place? If God truly existed, if God was truly fair, then why did I have to lose everyone else too? It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe your path is correct, dreamer. Follow your heart to the ends of the world. Your love might just be your greatest strength.
Okay. What's with the carrot? You can't interact with the carrot. Someone's gonna need the carrot. Little crow there. GC. That's the. Is this musical? That's musical, isn't it? You can hear the notes in your head, but you don't recognize the melody. Cool. Cheers. The ride doesn't function anymore, but an object was left in one of the seats. You obtain the POW gun. Okay. POW gun. Oh, we have a when did we get a shovel? Oh. Explore your inventory. It's part of the puzzle. Nothing left here. Nothing left here. Let's talk to the crow. The little baby crow. It's adorable.
Hi, Dreamer. I'm Cyan and I love playing games. Do you want to play any ball? There's no ball. Nonsense, Dreamer. Ball's right there. You can't see ball? Too bad. It seems nobody can play with me anymore. I'm sad. All my friends gone. No more games. Can anybody help me? The answer is no. My hope is gone. And all I'm left to do is think happy thoughts. Hello, Dreamer. Do you want to draw with me? There's nothing to draw with. Okay, bye.
Well. It's a mansion, I suppose. The door is locked. You will need a key of some sort. Okay. Wait, can we? Maybe. Can we? Click on the dirt. You dig up a box that contains a skeleton key. Perhaps you can use that for something important. Okay, I understand. Take the shovel out. Inventory, close the thing, and now we go use the POW gun on the thing. The POW gun knocks the vegetable out of the trees. As it turns out, it's a carrot on a stick. Alright. Yeah, I'm doing adventure puzzles. Adventure puzzling, 90s game, back to the 90s. Is there anything to interact with here? I don't think there was. I mean, I don't know. Can I do anything with that? Can't use that here. Can't use that here, fair enough. Well, let's just... Can I... Carrot on a... Do you want carrot on a stick, little buddy? No, okay. Alright. Let's enter the mansion. The door unlocks. You're free to brave what's inside. Okay. Oh. A wheelchair. You wonder how long it sat being completely unused. Before we click anywhere else, let's see. Nothing else. Okay, let's talk to the scary red bird. Where are you? Come on, where'd you go? Oh, hello there, dreamer. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alerc. Alerc? A-L-E-R-C-E. Alerc. It's gonna be Alerc then. I'm just trying to find my friend around here, you see? I've checked every room around here, but I just can't find him. We had a bad argument once, and he ran off afterwards. I really want to reconnect him, and he can't be dead. He just can't be dead. I would never hurt him. He's just out for a walk, right? He's gotta be somewhere. Maybe if I check that room over there again. That's a lock on the door. You peek it. There's a lock on the door. You speak into the room. The patient inside his log said stop breathing. Okay, can't use that here. Okay, so I can't. Interesting. Well, let's talk to you again.
Welcome, dreamer. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah, we already. What? And then you get down to best of luck. Okay. Interesting. Am I stuck now? What do I? 80s puzzle games, 90s even. But is there? That's the obelisks. That's the different graves. That's fine. And they're just gonna repeat the same thing. Okay, they're just. Well, now it's time to brute force it. Can't use that here. That's fine. Can't use that here. That's fine. Can't use that here. That's fine. I get it. Oh, can I get it again? Nothing left there. Okay. But what? My idiocity is now gonna make us be stuck here. Shows a drawing of a trumpet. Doot doot. I'm not sure if I'll ever get better. The words are extremely self-deprecating. You don't know who left them. Yeah. What do I do if I'm useless? The words are actually, what let them? Already explode. Nothing left there. Little thing. Okay, excited bird. Everything's gone. Bye. Nothing to dream with. Do you want? I already tried this, didn't I? Yeah. Why is there left? It's trumpets, it's rags, self-deprecating, it's musical notes, G, C, G, G, B. But we don't have any musical instruments to talk about. Don't have anything else there either. Is there anything? What do we do now? We do all things. It's just trees. Yeah, nah. We already used the shovel, we already used the power gun, we already used the skeleton key, so what's the carrot on a stick for? You want a carrot on a stick? No, you don't. Nobody wants a carrot on a stick. Nobody wants the carrots on sticks. Just a bunch. Wait, though. There's simply more. I guess we dig up a grave? Do you want to dig up the grave? There's an object buried under the grave. You obtained the master lock. Yeah, there's already a combination set. 1343. Okay. Alright. Yep. When in doubt, if you have a shovel and there's a graveyard, go grave digging. Master lock. The lock in front of you lovingly opens. Hey, what are you? Oh my god, a new path! I can finally find my friend. Thank you so much. Alright. Grand piano. Ah, okay. It was G, C, G, GB. That's not creepy at all. Okay, wasn't super clear, but at least one of the core lyrics was, "Will nobody cry with me?" or something like depressing like that. Couldn't make out the other ones too well. It's focusing. But yeah, a depressing piano piece. Audience of no one for absolutely no one. Hey, here's water ball. You pick up an empty ball. You should find some water to fill it with. Stay hydrated. That's a good idea. Always stay hydrated. In fact, let's stay hydrated right now. Always be staying hydrated. Alright, what else is there? An audience known for absolutely no one. Okay. Alright, let's go look for someone else. There isn't a snowfield. Like a couple to a god, an ocean to an ant. Okay. Oh yeah, let's fill with water. You fill the ball with plenty of water. Let's talk to the blue one.
I have always loved the sunrises in the mornings. The light of a new day, the signal of a new opportunity, the sounds of a waking nature. I always wanted to get up early and seize the day as much as I possibly could. More than anyone else could even. I really don't feel like getting up today though. Maybe because I stopped breathing. That part was a little awkward. My name's Monty. I've never forgotten what dying feels like. Never will. You'd be lucky to never feel the sensation. But some just aren't born with luck in life. In fact, isn't luck just another grand superstition? Another lie, just like what life I thought I had? I miss my friends so much, Dreamer. I miss them all more than anything. The void is merely a place to exist within. I would hardly call it living, and it sure as hell isn't surviving. I miss them. And the lake. All it does is just remind me of how my old friend died. Why do I have to be stuck here of all places? Why is life this senselessly cruel? I'm just wasting your time with my whining though, aren't I? Don't you have a life of your own, Dreamer? Why don't you feel one more sunrise for me, please? It would do us both some good, I think.
Okay. Yo, let's go fishing in the lake with the carrot stick. You decide this would be a great place to go fishing with your carrot on a stick. Unfortunately, there are no fish here to bite on your vegetable. Okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. We had to try. Anything else to click on? No, just observing the thing. Okay. An audience, no one for nobody. Still, I need to find someone else. Can we enter any other locations? Wait, who might want to drink some? Wait, do you want some water? Can't use that here, fine. Did someone want? I've already forgot what they want. Anyway, you all look like withered reeds. Okay. Wait, do I? Okay, let's go visit the little excited crow puppy. Can use that here. Okay. Let's go water the forest. Okay, use that here. No. Okay, we can't water the forest. Let's water the owl? No. Oh! Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a group of honest men. They were all from different walks of life and were all battling their own personal demons. No, running from. None of them knew how to truly fight them. One day on a camping trip together, they fell through a hole next to a peach tree and landed in the mystical realm known as Gensokyo. I'm sure it's a place you yourself are quite familiar with. The first week went by pleasantly as all of the honest men got acquainted with their surroundings. They even saw glimpses of Gensokyo's very own Shrine Maiden of Paradise. Not the one you know today, but we'll get to that later. After the first few week passes, everything goes to hell. Amongst the pack of honest men was a terrible, treacherous killer. We refer to them as the Pierrot, although the details of why are a little hazy to me. They tore through the pack of honest men day after day. One had their head chopped off, one was burned to death, one was poisoned, and it just kept going. All in the Pierrot's acts of cruel, supposed justice. Eventually, the last one remaining, having turned yokai after their first attempt at ending things, tried one more time to kill themselves, and succeeded. Their body fell to the ground. Their body and all the other corpses were dragged off by yokai. And then there were none. The worst part, the Shrine Maiden of Paradise looked at it all and didn't give a damn. After all, isn't it just another instance of humans being fed to the yokai? Another change in the population count? Another blissful, perfectly unordinary day in Gensokyo? No, that delusion wouldn't last. The day after the Pierrot's disappearance, one of Gensokyo's sages ordered the Shrine Maiden of Paradise to take the hunt after the Pierrot. The Pierrot was considered too dangerous, treacherous, and if word of the incident spread to the village, the results would not be pretty if they thought there might be a killer in their midst. No, the Paradise's worst could not repeat. And so the Shrine Maiden of Paradise did as she was ordered, successfully hunting down the Pierrot after days of searching. They fought with blood in their eyes, malice laced with their weapons, and both would remain as corpses after that fateful night. Several months later, the new Shrine Maiden of Paradise would be casted, and the draft of the spell card rules you know well today would be placed in her hands. That day, Gensokyo changed forever for the better. And to think that it all started because a soulless husk of a human was too reckless. The only justice related to the incident is that Gensokyo knew how to change to become the paradise it was meant to be. Now, dreamer, as you might be able to tell, there is one more thing. A soul from the incident with too much anger in their heart remains, walking through the world as a vengeful spirit. I can only take it that they are tired of being considered the cowardly heart and are taking matters into their own hands. However this void was created, it was brought to you for a reason, and the answer for you is calling by a shrine. Dreamer, I hope you understand what you must do from here. You carry precious knowledge and it might just be what they need. It's a burden, I know, but a necessary one. Now wake up, dreamer, and find them.
Ah. Okay, well that was... Alright. Well that was intense. The first thing that Tokyo is aware of is how absolutely terrified they are. It feels like everyone there, her senses being clawed at mercilessly. Yeah, the music's really fucking up as well. The ringing overtaking her ears, the way the colors of the world around her are shifting, the way it feels like her skin is crawling all over, and all she can think of is that monstrous Pyro. Where did it go?
Tokiko?
Tokiko can loosely hear her voice, but the words just aren't clear. Her mind can barely process them in the midst of her own panic.
Tokiko, can you hear me?
I think...
You're having a panic attack right now. I need you to focus on my voice. Do you think you can do that?
I'll try.
That's already a start, Tokiko. Okay now, I want you to point out 5 things you can see. Do you think you can do that for me?
My hands, you, the bed, the diary, and the windows.
You're doing great, Tokiko. Now can you point out 4 things you can feel?
The bed, your hand, the fabric of your dress, and the pillows.
Okay. Now how about 3 things you can hear?
Your voice, my voice, and the birds chirping outside through the window.
Great. Can you point out 2 things you can smell?
The book next to me and wait, are those cookies?
Yes, they're from the kitchen. And now, can you name 1 thing you can taste?
I mean, I want to taste those cookies. The tea I had this afternoon.
Okay. Now I need you to take a nice and big, deep breath. And let it out. Okay. Do you think you feel calmer now?
Yeah, I don't feel like my senses are being assaulted anymore.
It's a start. Now, do you want me to grab you some water?
I think I get up, don't worry. I'll take care of it myself.
Alright. As long as you aren't pushing yourself, okay? That panic attack was pretty bad. I would know.
You have panic attacks too?
Not nearly as often these days, but it used to be really bad a few years ago. I would have awful nightmares regularly, and it wasn't until I found a specialized medication that I was finally able to get my sleep back on track. How often does this happen for you?
Kind of the same here. Used to be bad a few years ago, then it stopped being a problem. But that nightmare, or whatever it was, that was unlike anything else I've ever experienced. And now that her panic was fading, Tokyo was starting to properly recall the dream in full. A burden she must bear.
Do you want to talk about it? I assume it's related to that diary.
It is, but I need a few moments before I can talk about it, okay? You can just head back to the living room for now.
Alright. Whenever you're ready, I'm always willing to lend an ear or shoulder.
Okay.
Yo, Tokyo, are you okay? We heard you scream and Alice rushed over to you as fast as she could.
I had a really bad nightmare.
Tokyo paused for a moment. She knows why that nightmare happened. She knows what she needs to do, so perhaps it's simply worth being honest.
But also, I think it was more than just a nightmare too.
What do you mean?
So, sometimes when I sleep with a book by my side, I experience these really weird lucid dreams that don't actually feel like they're from my perspective, nor a character from the book I was reading or anything. It's more like, I feel like I'm dreaming from the author's point of view. I think that's kind of like what just happened to me back there. I was experiencing dreams directly attached to the places that the author visited, and there were these really weird creatures that told me all sorts of different things, and I think I need to find the author myself.
Are you absolutely sure you're up to the task, though? I don't mean that in an offending way, I promise. It's just, you know...
I know I woke up screaming from a nightmare and had a panic attack like 10 minutes ago, yes. But I don't think this can wait either.
I understand.
If you two don't mind me interjecting here, when you say the creatures in your dreams told you things, what kind of things did they tell you?
They mostly talked about experiences of their past or their loneliness. I think they were all people that the author knew. So whoever this Rue Hawthorne is, well, their diary wasn't kidding when they said they were caught in someone else's murderous rampage.
That's awful. Holy shit.
It's why I need to find Rue myself.
It feels like they're almost crying for help. Why else would the diary end up in the care of someone they were haunting? So the whole time this Rue Hawthorne figure was haunting me, they were a vengeful spirit? Did they just pick a place to haunt and call it a day? They were that desperate for anyone to hear their voice? They're a vengeful spirit, yes. The rest, I don't know for sure. There's only so much my dream could answer. Okay. At least I have something to work with now. It's way more haunting I ever could have imagined, but it's starting to make at least some sense to me.
Are you sure you don't want help, Tokiko?
No, I'm absolutely sure of it. The dream was mine to experience. I think it has to be me that finds Rue and confronts them.
I suppose that makes enough sense. It's something personal to you at this point. Try not to take on more than you can chew though, okay?
Yes, I understand. Yes, please try to save Tokiko, alright? I'm sure you remember what I said earlier. I do, and I'll try my best to stay safe. See you guys.
Take care, I believe in you.
Best of luck.
Chapter 3, Wildfire. Ooh. The first place Toka flew to was behind the Hakurei shrine. She remembered the last creature's words fully. She remembers it had to be somewhere around here. Eventually, after enough exploration, a mansion came into Tokiko's view. One that looked long since abandoned. It looked like the one in her dreams too. This was the place. Tokiko lands on the soft grass, and in front of her in the distance, a figure is sitting on the mansion steps. A strange fire apparition around them lighting the gloom of the night. They stare right into Tokiko's eyes, and while Tokiko has never met them, she knows exactly who she's looking at. It's time. No going back. Who are you? Rue's voice sounds hoarse, like hasn't talked in ages. It's as equal parts concerned as it is relieved, and Tokiko isn't sure how to react to it. Quite frankly, now that she's really looking at them, all the nerves are starting to set in. The pure adrenaline of the hunt already fading. The dream's still eating at her. There's so many ways this interaction could go wrong that she could fuck it up. But she has to steel herself. Not for her own sake, but for Rue's.
My name's Tokiko Nanashi, and I've come here to meet you, Rue Hawthorne. I found your diary, just like you needed someone to. Oh my god. The plan actually worked? Yes, it did. And me and your diary had a bit of a personal experience, you see. What do you mean by that? I have dreams attached to authors sometimes. Like the power of a name can affect my sleep or something. And, well, I had a really weird dream where a bunch of really strange creatures were talking to me, and seemed to me like they knew you pretty well. You mean like my old friends? They appeared in your dream, somehow? I think they did, and that's why I'm here. One of them told me that the answers I needed lay behind the shrine, and... What'd they say about me? Did they ask questions? Did they miss me? There's no way, right? They didn't really ask much, no. But it seemed like some of them really missed you. Oh my god, did they really... I'm sorry. Continue with what you were saying. Okay, well, as I said, one of them told me to find the shrine, and I figured out pretty quickly which one they meant, so I flew around this area and found this mansion. Is this your home? This is the mansion where I died. And most of my other friends too. Oh. So, you just constantly come back to the place where you ended your own life and wait for someone to come to you? Am I first? Yeah, you are. I haven't had a soul come and talk to me in... It's been over 10 years. Tell me, traveler, how much do you know about me? About how my life was completely ruined? I don't really know. The diary and dream could only tell me so much. I know that you ran from an old life into a new one, and that you and your friends fell victim into a murderous rampage. Is there anything else you can fill me in on? Well, I suppose if you came to me, maybe there's finally someone I can trust. God, it's been so long since I've ever got to talk to anyone about this. I'd hesitate if I could remember the details. They're all I've ever gotten to think about recently. Well, it started in my teenage years, really. I wasn't feeling happy with my identity anymore. Wanted to try new things, call my own, truly my own. And my parents really didn't like that.
really religious folk. They said my attempts to fight what God had created me as were an abomination to their faith. Eventually, I just didn't know what else to do except run. Start anew. I didn't need them, right? If I'm being entirely honest, I was never really happy in the following weeks, or months, or years. I used to draw, but inspiration stopped coming to me. I tried to find jobs to distract me, but the local folk weren't exactly kind to me either. When we ran for the forest, ran for the hole, ran for a new life, I thought I could finally change things. That I could stop the monotonous day-to-day loop of feeling like I was doing nothing. That I could become more than the burden I thought myself to be. But it didn't pan out. It absolutely did not pan out. Everything had to be ruined, because it fucking always has to be. I thought I could get away from opioids, start to enjoy feeling something that wasn't complete and utter numbness. Instead, I watched a friend die. I thought I could find in my heart to draw great new creations for a whole new world. A whole new canvas of creatures and folktales to capture under my design. Instead, I watched a friend die. And I thought when I killed myself I could finally be free from all the pain. But instead I came back and watched the hero die by a hand that wasn't my own. When I wanted so fucking badly to get my revenge, when I wanted more than hell and earth to see the life drained from their eyes, so they could finally feel personally how they destroyed me. It's been 10 years. 10 long years of wanting to die, but never being able to pass. I was tired of it. I needed to change something. But I don't know how to talk to people anymore. Not without having a fucking breakdown in the middle of conversation. So instead, I found people to haunt. People to annoy. Anyway, to just get someone to listen. Because I was too scared to use my own voice. I always have. I've always been too much of a fucking coward, and I don't know how to change it. I don't know how to change anything. How can you change your life when everything has always been stacked against you? I'm just so tired of a life I wanted to say goodbye to a long time ago, but can never escape from. Touhou was left dumbstruck as the two of them sat in silence. It may have just been filling in the details of the outline she already knew, but it hurt so much all the same. How could she help heal something that was this broken? She supposed she'd just have to try. So sorry, Rue. I've never been through anything as bad. You should be glad you haven't. I know, but can I say something to you, if you don't mind? Go ahead. It's better than suffocating in silence. So first of all, this shouldn't come as a surprise, but if you could stop taking out your anger on my friends, that would be really appreciated. I suppose you aren't wrong. Then Touhou tenses up for a moment. She's there a bit great at telling stories. With a deep breath and an exhale, she starts a tale of her own past. But I have something to say that's more important. When I was younger, I got hurt pretty badly by a couple of strangers to me at the time. Again, not nearly as bad as anything you've been through, but at the time, it felt like the experience completely flipped my worldview, and that view is that I was nothing more than prey. I struggled really badly with my confidence from then on. I was constantly on edge. Just a physical touch could send me running because I thought I was too pathetic to handle things myself. But no matter how much I found comfort in silence, I just couldn't take my own loneliness anymore. Something needed to change, and it took a long time to gather the courage, but I started talking with the locals in the forest I lived in. I started working part-time at a nearby shop. I started making friends. I started finding confidence in myself again. I felt like I was finally making some positive change in the lives around me, in my own life, and that's why I'm here today, instead of just sitting at home like I used to always do. Rue, reaching your hand can feel so hard. I know because I've been through the motions of being too scared month after month too, and I know I've never been through even a fifth of what you've experienced. Maybe I don't really even know how to help you, but what I do know is that you have to try reaching out to someone, no matter how impossible it feels. We're social creatures. We thrive off of connection. We need other people to be ourselves. Love is so very important. It's personal, and it can be everywhere if you want it to be. And it doesn't even have to be affectionate.
It really doesn't. It just needs to feel comforting, like you're part of something. Maybe your first shot at trying to make a new life for yourself didn't work. Maybe the second one went so much worse. But you have the third shot in your grasp. You just have to try to use it, Rue. You just have to try.
Tokiko stares at Rue for a moment, before realizing that what she was looking at isn't just someone running from their thoughts back and forth through their mind, but someone crying. There's tears in their eyes, and Tokiko can feel her own throat choking up. Ah, hugs are nice. Tokiko herself doesn't quite remember her thought process here, just the instinct she ran on. She runs up to Rue and hugs them firmly. Rue's sobs fill her ears, and she merely holds on tighter even. If someone needs Tokiko's help, then it's as simple as making sure she's there. After several minutes of embracing each other, Rue's sobs start to dissipate, and they break free from the hug. Their expression doesn't seem as down as it was before. I think I've needed someone to cry to for a very, very long time.
I told you I'd help you, didn't I? And I don't like breaking my promise.
Thank you very much, Tokiko. I don't think I have the words to describe how much I appreciate it. I just wish I could stop feeling like I don't deserve this. Like, if gods are real after all, have I sinned too much for their forgiveness? Were my parents right the whole time?
No, they weren't, Rue. They absolutely weren't. You know what I see in my eyes, Rue? I don't see a sinner. I don't see a coward. I see a grieving soul that was never taught how to cope with their problems and desperately needs help.
If you really think so. It all feels so stupid in hindsight. When I started haunting the magicians, I could tell after a couple days they were catching on to me. Sobbing by the windows not helping. And instead of trying to use it as an opportunity to talk to them, I just committed even harder to simply being annoying, because it's all I thought I could be. You're right in saying that I was just taking on my anger on bystanders. I think I don't know how to control my own emotions, really.
It's not easy, especially after all you've been through. It takes practice, like everything else.
I know, it's just... I guess there's also just something else on my mind right now.
What would that be?
How familiar are you with the cycle of reincarnation?
I can't say I'm too familiar with what goes on around the Sanzu River, no.
I can't help but wonder if maybe it's worth reconsidering if I should enter it. I've thought on and off about it for years, before always settling on to the same conclusion of wanting my voice to be heard first, but not knowing how to get that done. But if my anger and grief is what's been holding me back for so long, maybe it could work. Maybe it would be worth it. I know it sounds like I just want to run away more. It's just... I don't know. That's the problem.
You could never settle on the idea because you didn't want your original identity to be forgotten. It's why you resorted to planting the diary somewhere.
Yes. That's what I've always wanted. For the crimes committed against me and my friends to never be forgotten. To no longer be buried the way they have for years. The situation has finally changed. And while there's a third chance in my grasp, I don't know if I can settle for a living any longer with all these burdens. My trauma is so deep-seated and it's been dragging me for the past 10 years. But if I started anew, wiped the slate clean, I wouldn't have my identity anymore, maybe. But whatever becomes of me in the future would get to live a happy life, free of all the merciless sorrow night and day. I just can't shake the feeling that maybe it's really the right thing to do.
It's a tough pill to swallow for me, admittedly. I can't exactly say I've ever been in a position like this. But I just said earlier that at the end of the day, I don't truly know how to help you, right? Maybe this is the right decision for you.
I think it is. One could argue it's the cycle I was always supposed to be in, but things don't tend to go as planned, as you can see. But I think it's precisely because of you that I can finally wear a smile on my face again. I might be going, but things don't seem so bleak anymore, you know? When I leave, Tokiko, I entrust to you that diary, as well as everything I've told you, as public knowledge for everyone to see. Make sure that the world doesn't forget me. Make sure that the world doesn't forget all of us. Maybe we weren't all honest people at the end of the day, but we're all lives that should be recorded regardless.
I'll do my very best, Rue. You're right that people deserve to know about everything. It's been a long time coming, it seems. I don't think that even Reimu knows.
Exactly. When we can't even be sure that powers of Gensokyo know about our fates, I think it's time for a story to be told. But with all of that said, I believe I've already made my stance clear. I think the path of reincarnation is the best one for me.
It's start tearing up.
I know. I think I kinda agree even.
It's just hard saying goodbye, I think.
I feel like, despite everything, I made a new friend tonight. Well, if we want to be optimistic like you all thought, perhaps tonight won't be the last day we see each other. Maybe it'll take a long time for the dots to connect, but it's possible. Maybe fate can kinda just be kind just one more time.
I hope so too. I'd really like that, actually.
I also, agree that it feels hard to say goodbye. Toko Nanashi, I'm blessed to have met you, and I don't think it's possible for me to express enough appreciation for what you've done tonight. I might be moving on from this life, but it's thanks to your courage and kindness that I can finally move on in the first place, that I can be satisfied to the very end. I hope that in my next life, I can find some way to repay my debt to you.
Don't worry about it. I'm just really glad I got to meet you, to help you. Rue, I hope that wherever your new life takes you, it's the best it's ever been. You deserve it after everything.
I hope for the same. But with that, Toko Nanashi, I think it's time I say goodbye. I wish you the best of luck in your own future. Maybe one day, in another time and place, meet again and share another smile.
Goodbye, Rue. And if this is the last night we see each other, good night and pleasant dreams.
And as Rue Hawthorne waves one last time and floats off into the distance, Tokiko might be crying at this point, but they're tears of joy. It's been a very long, scary day, but Tokiko Nanashi doesn't regret a moment spent doing it. After 10 long, hard-fought years, an honest soul could finally spread their wings and find their salvation. Aww. Echoes of another credits. Solaris Tech Production Direction Program Ready Concept Effect About Photos. Munche Concept Character Design Portrait Art CG's Background and the UI Art Cover Art. I could read all those. Oh, I watched.
The dawn of the sky to the dusk, we are but forever cursed to rot. But one strange day, stranger than even us, a light appeared and then there were none. Dream of the dead, my conscience is led to memories of days I wish I couldn't forget. In this land, the dreamer who had sought to stay tempered those who had lost to unkind fate. Yet for those charged with crimes, they were not paid a dime till the line was pursued by the common eye. And yet, in this world tainted purely red, was there ever such a thing as purely white? For is there true redemption for the treachery untold of us? 10 willful honest men, and as the light starts to burn out,
I ask you, dear reader, remember me.
Well, that was the end. And we can play the song again if you want. But okay, I think that's fine. We'll leave on the haunting music. This was fascinating. I'm still processing, it's a lot to take in, but I really enjoyed it. This was good stuff. This was good stuff. This was good stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you with the music. I'm gonna mute myself and then pop up the music, give OBS a heart.
My